Thank you very much. Good news is I'm not the stripper. Don't worry. The bad news is the girls couldn't afford a celebrity, so they got me. You got Lionel Messi, apparently, according to some guy that I saw last week. I like to think more Gareth Southgate. Yeah? Just so you can see as well. Also, who's the other one? You know, Good King Charlie. Yeah, I get that a lot. I've got the ears a bit like the king. Got a nose a bit like the king. I've got a hairline like his eldest son. Or only son, depending on what newspaper you read. If you're not convinced by that, though, let's just try this, ladies and gentlemen. And there's people around the corner, I'm afraid you might miss out. Let me try this. Coin. Stamp. It's a blessing and a curse, really. Let me do that thing that all comedians do. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Philip, which in Greek or Latin means lover of horses. Not sexually. Calm down, calm down. In Arabic, it means elephant. I shouldn't forget, should I? Yeah, that's the level we're working with today, ladies and gentlemen. In English, Philip means family disappointment. I know that to be true because my family tell me quite often, to be fair. This jacket is not the reason that I'm a family disappointment, though. It's not. The real reason I'm considered family disappointment? About 10 years ago, I moved to Slough. Stanford, hope you have nothing on Slough, believe me. Slough is officially the 4th worst town in England to live. Right? There are 1,186 towns in England. I chose the 4th worst. Yeah. Did a gig in Portsmouth last week, and that's number 3. Yeah. So all I've got to do now is get to Peterborough and then Luton, and I've done shit town top trumps. Yeah. I can assure you, not even in the top 100, you guys. Not even in the top 100. Classy little town. I like it here. And you guys laugh, so I'm definitely going to try and come back to more. Slough is not... I mean, it's pretty bad. It's not the worst place to go, though. It's famous for a few things. The wheelie bin. That was designed in Slough. The Mars bar. The first zebra crossing ever in the UK. That was painted on the floor in Slough. No one ever stops at it. But it is there. And I found out recently, Noel Gallagher, we all know Noel Gallagher, right? Yeah. Did his first and only driving lesson in Slough. Yeah. Definitely didn't stop at that zebra crossing. Maybe hit a Wonderwall. Okay. That wasn't the worst reaction that joke's ever had. Good. And that's why it's staying in my set. Also, we are famous thanks to a guy about 400 years ago called William Herschel. Right? He's the guy that discovered Uranus. Stop it. This is factual stuff. Have you not realised there are no jokes in this set? Right? This is fact. Sorry. William Herschel. Right. The reason I know how he discovered Uranus. Right. He was from Slough. He was going to recognise a shithole when he saw one, wasn't he? Yeah. But we are quite competitive in Slough. We're trying to go up market. Right? We're trying to get out of this top 10 that we're in. We want to get to like maybe 11, maybe 12. Even the sex workers now, they work 9 to 5. Now, I know that to be true. This is all facts. I've got no jokes here. I was on my walk to work the other day and I was propositioned 9 o'clock in the morning. 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock.
That's all right.
But I'm a married man, so... Yeah. I'm a married man, it weren't good for me. So I decline, right? And sometimes I record my sets, and my wife sometimes watches. So obviously, I declined. Am I going to walk that way to work tomorrow? Pretty good chance, isn't there? So, my wife and I, like I mentioned, live in Slough with our 2 cats. They sound a bit like an 80s pop band. Joey and the Cock Block. Yeah. That is a cute little nickname for our female cat. That is exactly what she is in a relationship. She will sit between my wife and I every single opportunity. Now, apparently that's my fault. You ever tried training a cat? No chance, is there? So my wife now started taking this out on me. She started a few little hints and tips. The bride-to-be's moved over the back, so I'm not going to check if the husband's going to have to deal with this. But a couple of examples. All right, my wife's not too happy. Firstly, we went to Spain not too long ago on holiday. She woke up a little afternoon siesta and she got herself a proper bag of crisps. Not one of these little mini bags, Like, you know, the ones you can only get abroad, right? She had every single crisp in that bag, did not offer me one. Not reason for divorce. We had words. But when she finished that bag of crisps, she looked me dead in the eye and she went, "That was the best 15 minutes of my life." Not really sure what I'm doing wrong. It's also not even the worst thing she said to me. We were sat watching TV the other day, me, Joey, Cockblock. My wife was in the kitchen and we've got an Amazon Fire Stick. I don't know if you've got one. When you pause it, the pictures come up from your phone, the happy memories, right? Just as my wife was walking by, a picture came up from 2015 and she went, "I still look just as good as I did back then." Now, despite this face and this jacket, I am not a stupid man. So I said, no, you look even better now than you did 10 years ago. Right, her reaction a bit like yours, complete silence. I thought it was quite romantic. Right, you know what she did? She went, "You could do some Botox." You know the saying though, right? Happy wife, happy life? Yeah, the appointment's tomorrow at 2:45. If Ben has me back one of these nights, I might look surprised. I think that's how Botox works, right? Maybe not, I don't know. But I'll tell you a little bit about like some of the good tales about my wife and I, some of the good things we do. We're at an age now, we like to go on cruises. That's actually the reason for this jacket. It's not just to dazzle the bride and the hen party. My wife's got a bit of a problem with that because I've done quite a lot of gigs and I've bought quite a lot of jackets. She's got a new rule: one jacket in, one jacket out. Keep the wardrobe space fair, right? Seems all right. I've now got a car boot full of jackets. Like I said, I record the gigs and the wife sees it, so it's not such a surprise. But if anyone's looking for a jacket, size 36, 38 maybe, depends, come and see me afterwards, sell them out the boot of the car. Got to make some money back because, as you can tell from these jokes, comedy don't pay well. The other thing we like to do, we're not going on cruises, we like to go to garden centres. Well, she likes to go to garden centres, I go where I'm told because I'm a sensible man. We were in the garden centre at the weekend. She's in the queue, packet of seeds in her hand, and she went, "We're going to live off the landfill." I was like, "You do mean we're going to live off the landfill?" And she went, "Yeah, if you like." Did wonder why dinner was a bit crunchy. Yeah. Right. Let me tell you another thing. In fact, no, let me ask you something. You're not supposed to ask the crowd in case they give you a really weird answer. Are any of you having trouble getting to sleep? Any insomniacs? No? Alright, well, if you do have trouble getting to sleep, like thinking about just how amazing these jokes have been tonight, I've got some advice for you. Because a guy at work came up to me and he went, "I've been having trouble getting my son to sleep." I was like, "Okay, well, I've got cats, not kids. How can I possibly help?" And he went, No, you already have. I was like, "Oh, I'm intrigued. Please tell me more." He went, "Well, I just played him one of your gigs. He was asleep in 2.5 minutes." So, cheap plug coming up from a cheap comedian in quite a cheap jacket. Follow me online. TikTok. You guys, TikTok. You're young enough. Instagram. Facebook. YouTube. Maybe Bebo and High Five, to be fair. I've still got the accounts, so I might post them up there. For the older members of the crowd. But do, please follow me. Before I go and sit down and really question my life choices. I'm driving all this way to make no one laugh. Always get a pity laugh. Nice. Let me check. Yeah, you guys look quite classy. Have any of you been to Amsterdam?
Yep.
Hen party couldn't afford that. They came to the pub tonight. But anyone else? Yeah, couple of yeses?
I've been there.
Yeah, my wife's favourite place to go on holiday. And I'll ask you a question now. Not about my wife, because that'd be weird. Really weird. Have you seen the Condomeria?
No, I haven't.
No? This is a real shop. Like everything else I've said tonight, all fact, no jokes. Right? The Condomeria is a small little shop in Amsterdam. Sells nothing but condoms. Different shapes, different sizes, different flavours. Right? We've got a vegan condom. Can never be 100% meat free though, can it? No, I like you guys for a reason. One other condom that night that I saw in that shop caught my eye. Not literally. That would be weird, wouldn't it? A crisp flavour condom. Yeah. On the back of the packet for the best 15 minutes of your life. You guys were listening earlier. Nice. I bought a couple for the wife. She was not impressed. Right, ladies and gentlemen, that is my time because that says 10 minutes and that's what I'm supposed to be doing. You have been, well, mildly entertained, I think I'll go with. I've been Phillip Reiss. Enjoy the next break. Thank you very much.
Hey.
Okay.
Oh, yes, right, cool. Bless you.